Hello, I'm Stacy. Welcome to my channel. Today I am reviewing Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. I read The 13th Tale several years ago and absolutely loved it. It is my favorite book for the longest time. I've been wanting to reread it this year. I've reread it a couple of times already, but just haven't gotten around to it. Read Velvet in Black not long after that, and I really liked that story. It wasn't amazing. I didn't absolutely love it, but I did enjoy reading it. I enjoyed the story itself. So when I found out that Diane Setterfield was coming out with a new book, I got really excited. I bought it not long after it came out, but what usually happens with all of my books, it went on my bookshelf and I didn't pick it up for a while. I think another reason why I didn't pick it up for so long is because I was nervous that I wasn't going to like it, and I really wanted to, but I shouldn't have been worried because it was great. Once Upon a River is about a collection of people that live along the Thames River, and it opens up at an inn that is really well known for its storytelling. A lot of great stories are told there. The locals enjoy the act of storytelling and the practice of honing the storytelling craft. It's really interesting place, and all the interactions there were really enjoyable to read. How they talked about storytelling and different ways to tell a story, different words, and how different words change the tone, and that was a really interesting setting, and that's where it opens up. This story is about is a little girl who is found, but no one knows who she is. She could be a variety of different little girls that have gone missing over the last couple days, last few years. No one knows. So the story is a mystery, trying to figure out who this little girl is, and also what has happened to all these other missing girls. And, you know, exploring all the characters involved as well and their stories. It all comes together really well. So that's one of the things that I really liked about this book. It was very satisfying how everything tied up together. There were points when I was concerned. We would go a while without seeing a character, and I was concerned that we wouldn't get back to that character or that plot line would drop off, but it didn't actually end up being a problem. We always got back to those characters that were introduced earlier and got more of their story, and it progressed in a very satisfying way. Another thing that I really liked about this is the narrator's voice. It is in third person, but it is told as if you're sitting in front of a storyteller who is telling you this story. I don't know how many times as I was reading it, I would tell people it feels like I'm sitting in front of a fire or something and I'm being told a story by a storyteller. There is a line in here that I really loved. There are stories that may be told aloud, and there are stories that must be told in whispers. And there are stories that are never told at all. But as secret visitors to this world, as border crossers between one world and another, there is nothing to prevent us sitting by the river and opening our ears. Then we will know it too. I loved that little bit. The narrator talking directly to the reader. It felt really good. And there were a couple moments like that made me feel really warm, and it was a good story to read at this time of year too. I think a nice winter read. I don't usually divide up my books by season, but if you were to pick a season for this, I definitely think it would be winter. It does take place over a year's span, so it doesn't just take place during the winter time, but it does open in the winter and then end in the winter. My only criticism, I think, and it's not really a criticism like a major one, is that it wrapped up maybe a little too nicely. Everything came together really well for everyone for the most part, and I don't really think of it as a criticism. It's just something that I noted, but I think it worked for the story. I think that's how it was meant to be, and it works because all the threads sort of come together and work themselves out in the end. But there were points when I wasn't sure if this was going to have a happy ending. It's about a girl who shows up and there are 3 missing girls, so someone is going to be disappointed. There's going to be some broken hearts. I couldn't think of a way to avoid that. So it definitely makes you wonder how it's going to wrap up. While I was reading this, I did think that this would be a really good book to listen to on audio, just because of the way it is told and the way that the narrator tells the story. I think it would work really well as an audiobook, and I might do that in the future. If I want to reread it, I'll probably pick up the audiobook and listen to it. So this was a really good book, and I did really enjoy reading it. I don't think it's my new favorite. 13th Tale definitely still fits that place for me for Setterfield's work. I don't think anything can really top it, because there's also a nostalgia factor. It was my first book by her that I read. If I had to rank it, I would go The 13th Tale, Once Upon a River, and then Bellman and Black. I'm definitely looking forward to other books that she puts out. This came out in 2018. I don't know if she's working on anything else. I hope so. And if she is, I will definitely pick it up, and hopefully I'll read it when it comes out instead of like 2 years later. If you've read Setterfield's books, have you read them all? Which one was your favorite? Are there any that you're thinking about reading that you haven't picked up yet and you're not sure about? I could definitely let you know what my thoughts are for each book if you have any questions as to which one you should pick up. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.